Are we live?
We're on.
We are live now.
We're live now.
What's up, YouTube? Every time.
We're on Twitch right now.
Yeah, but it will be
Oh,
on YouTube.
by the way, next week, me and Derek will have custom shirts with the Red Dragon Inn logo, and you guys will be able to order some if you want.
Oh, we won't just be able to wear them?
You guys will be able to order some. They will be able to order some.
We could wear their shirts, but then
Can I
they
get
wouldn't
a
be wearing
pre-order on that?
My, probably.
$6 or something.
Well, it depends.
On the size of the shirt.
She's gonna give me mine for cheap.
Right.
She might want a little bit more for everybody else, but we'll
Right.
see. But we're doing a dark gray shirt, like sort of that color with the logo, and then we'll see what happens from there. So if you guys want one,
Solid.
I
give
do.
me your shirt size.
I want one of those.
Are they just the unisex?
Can I get
No, they have. There's all different kinds. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, there's.
large, tall, please?
We'll have merch available on the store someday.
Someday we'll have a store with merch. Right now we're trying to get merch for our first video that isn't live play.
Do they come without sleeves?
Or do I have to remove my
No, she's ordered all different kinds. The person who's going to do it, she's got some women's cut shirts that she really likes. That have really good material that's really comfortable.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You know, like the whatever. She's got some multicolored like that.
Baseball
some
tees?
plain.
I love baseball tees.
I'm in. Large,
Either way.
tall baseball tee, baby.
Don't let me get
Hoodies.
baseball tee. I get it.
We'll both get it.
Hoodies could be a thing.
We need at least we need two
Hoodies
teams.
we're gonna have to pay a little bit for.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
hoodies are expensive.
Yeah, so hoodies are expensive.
But
So wait, you're doing this and you're not the one doing this?
No, he's got a friend.
no, my
You
friend,
work at a place.
Yeah, but I have to make it.
my friend has a cricket.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and she just started like her own business, and
Oh,
she
okay.
just started getting like the screen print so she can do pictures.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
gotcha, okay.
Plus, she got a vinyl cutter for logos and stuff, so we would get like Red Dragon in like bumper stickers and
Nice.
stuff. And
All right.
What's funny is my dad also owns an embroidery and screen
I was gonna say yeah.
place too, and I haven't done anything with
Well,
it.
no, actually, we lit a fire last night, and I was over at their house, and I'm like, she's like, yeah, I can do anything you want for me. I'm like, I got an idea.
Hey!
Haven't seen the
What's
end.
up, Keegan?
Was you saying we lit a fire? Like you guys like had a fire?
Or you just lit a fire
Or
under
like
your own ass to like do
mentioning it was
thing.
lighting a fire in like of inspiration to get
No,
the
like
shirt.
a fire
A
inside
literal
a fire pit.
Yeah,
like,
but just the phrase, yeah, we lit a fire last night was a weird way to say we had a fire. I don't know, it was just weird
did
to
I
me.
say lit?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
we lit a
yeah,
fire
'cause I
last
thought you
night.
were like, we lit a fire. I was like a creative fire. Is
Yeah.
like what I was thinking. Like, oh, we got a fire lit to like do this thing, and then you're like,
got
talking, I was like,
fire
oh
in
no,
my
it's a
belly.
literal
No,
fire.
we were at a house that had a pit. We created fire in said
Yeah.
pit
I made fire.
and discussed things over
I get
alcohol.
it, but I've never heard anyone describe having a fire as, yeah, we lit a fire last night.
Well, I got a job at the library, but I also, Austin got a new job, so he's trying to give me his job, which is more, it looks like it might be a pretty good, like it's probably going to happen.
Cool.
So,
Which job's
You know
awesome,
what's
you know?
good? To talk about
He's going-
personal business
Yeah.
on YouTube.
They're here for the personalities.
We're not on YouTube yet. We can cut this out of YouTube.
Well, that's Derek's job. It
yeah.
depends on how much he feels like cutting out.
At the county
Don't
as a driver, so it's like $700 an hour.
Give it
So,
raw.
Keep it natural.
Keep it raw.
The people that watch us are here for the personalities.
Yeah.
Are they?
Why
Yeah.
else would they watch us?
All of them. That's
hope
why we have
not.
2 people
No,
watching.
why-
Well, then,
I don't know if
Why
anybody's
do
made
they
it to
watch
this
us?
video on YouTube. I mean, they you know,
there's
there's what do we have, like
well, he
6
said,
already?
Yeah, he says Keegan said he just wants the personal detail. Then maybe I should start streaming when we were just having our. We talked about 2 girls,
Just
1
start a
cup, and
podcast.
a bunch of
Oh,
other stuff
actually,
earlier.
never mind.
I mean, usually our
He
best
wants the
stuff,
personal details. 2 girls, 1 cup.
our best material
It
is
was
before
us.
we start playing. Yeah, usually.
Just start recording it.
With it, I
start
mean, the
releasing-
point of the 2 girls, 1 cup thing was that it's not real.
Right.
So
And you know what
we
is
weren't
real
just like, man,
is
you seen this
us.
cool thing?
But
By
is
the
it
way,
just
guys,
a
did you
rumor,
see
or is
this?
it confirmed that it's not real?
I don't know. It's all fucking
We're gonna have to watch it.
No, I'm just
Let-
kidding.
let's-
Yeah, you know what? Hey, we're just gonna
I'll fact check.
I mean,
tweet
this
that
is
real
the age
fast.
of social media. Those girls got to be on like Instagram or something. Message
Those
them.
girls are like 60 now.
Dude, there's no.
Do you think they forgot? I
eating
think
shit.
they remembered recording that.
Yeah, if I was in the 2 girls, 1 cup girls, I'd own
Well,
that.
who knows? Who knows what they did? That might not have even been
Maybe
their
they
like,
have
high
merch we
point.
can buy.
Ooh. 2 girls, 1 cup merch? Dude, that'd be hilarious. Just a shirt, just like the pocket is just the cup of shit.
That's a good Halloween costume idea. You and another girl.
Oh,
just
yeah.
carry around a cup.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the cup of shit would be a good costume.
I'm sure I can get somebody to like do that.
Alright.
Hey, Drew, you want to go as Mr. Hands with me? You'll be the horse. I'll be Mr. Hands.
We're gonna need 2 people for a horse, so he's gotta do it too.
I'm out. My mom will be so proud of me.
That you're out, or that
All of these.
That you're finally out.
Has anybody ever
Everyone's
crossed
proud of you
that
that you're
human
That
finally
I'm
out.
on the internet
I'm sure.
I think
Someone's had to have.
talking about this
For
stuff.
the rest of everyone's
Okay.
known existence, this will be there.
Alright.
All right, so
Anyway.
last episode was rather uneventful. We just did a 8-day trip to the castle of
We
the
learned
Emerald Champion.
rules, though. We learned
We
rules.
did learn some rules.
Can't kill anybody.
Yes, that you can beat an orc with a club
But
for years and it will never die.
But we do have to get into the narrative aspect of this game. We're still thinking very D&D.
Right, and me and Derek have been talking about it. It starts with me.
We're so mad.
I've not been great about doing it either.
Well,
but,
I said you can narrate that they're dead unless you want to keep them alive, in which case the rules are there for.
Remember, like you can. I don't know if it'll ever come into play, but you can roll the dice and choose to keep a failure. You could choose just to keep blanks, be like, I failed, and narrate how you want to fail. If you just think it's interesting to fail in that situation.
this is fantasy. I already feel enough in my own life. I'm here to succeed.
But here you get to fail with grace for once.
Oh, you're
Yeah, you can describe how elegantly you fail.
I can fail with style.
So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it starts with me. I've been running it like D&D too, and I'm trying to figure out this setting. And there's actually no combat probably in the next couple sessions, and it's not because I took it out because it's clunky. It's because there isn't any. This is a social intrigue type adventure.
I mean, I might
So
fight someone.
we will do our best to get into character and roleplay a little bit here, and we'll see how it works.
I'll do my best.
But anyways,
Another way to use
we
that.
did. You guys left. You know, Derek was crowned Topaz champion.
Nice.
You got asked by the Ruby champion, who is the acting Emerald champion. Lots of champions. To travel to the estate of the Emerald champion to go through your training to become Emerald magistrates. So last session we just did a 8-day trip. During the trip, we had encounter with the strange Tengu woman.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
We also had the goblins, which were much farther north than they should be, which was strange to everybody. And
Came out of nowhere.
when you guys commune with the spirits, you found that there was a disturbance in that area. The kami were disturbed, and you just you did something. You did the
figured
commune.
it out.
Yeah, I was able to. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
that
did,
they
like, a
that
sensing
it was a
thing.
human sorcerer that summoned them. Kind
Right,
of thing.
yeah. And it was not, it was a human who was tampering with blood magic. Right.
Right.
How do we get
It's Maho.
I mean, we have to
Maho.
stop that.
It's my hope.
Oh, it's a samurai necromancer.
Yeah, kinda. And then, what was there other? We had another road encounter, didn't we? Or is that it?
No, I think he cut out a lot of them because there was just.
Well, there was just too many. I mean,
We ran into the old dude.
Oh yeah, you ran into Ryu. Yep, and he that was before the goblins,
right.
and he offered to carry your packs, and he knows the way well, so you guys were able
You
to
can show us the way.
use his knowledge to rest along the path at the best possible locations. You defeated the goblin and the ogre, and saved the merchants that they had,
The ones that were still
beset.
alive. Yeah.
The couple that were still alive rented their carts, and they offered you stuff, and basically it was all well-made stuff, but nothing that was particularly valuable. So I kind of said,
Would the dead bodies in that situation be considered like clearing a battlefield or no?
That would be bad to touch them.
Because a battle technically happened there. It was just a.
You can't.
no, that would be
That's like an actual declared war kind of
Alright.
thing.
and that would be something you would leave the merchants to do. You guys wouldn't be bothered with that. You already saved them,
All right, good riddance. Peasants.
Well, the merchants, they're not quite peasants.
Yeah,
They
we help them. We don't we protect them. We don't help them, kind of.
Right. And then the last night of your trip, you guys sat down to dinner, and as you were sitting there to eat, you noticed that your ghost sense went off again, and you guys realized that the ghost, once again, of Doji Satsume, the Emerald Champion, was sitting with you as you ate dinner. And
Is that where we left off?
That's where we stopped.
Okay. So I was about to say I don't remember talking to him at all.
Yeah, we didn't talk to him. It was more of like, Melissa's like, I want to go, and I'm like, wait, I got one more thing to say, and I squeeze that in.
Bob was passing out in the chair, to be fair.
He was. We had a long night the night before.
All right.
So,
I don't know what to ask this guy because he always gives us the most cryptic answers in the world.
well, I have some box text.
We end up with more questions.
I have some box text to start with before you guys decide on what you're gonna say. So again, you slowly realize your number is increased by 1. The ghostly visage of Doji Satsume sits among you, staring at the fire as unperturbed as your companions before they notice his presence. That is a weird sentence.
Well, they weren't perturbed until we noticed there was a guy, and now we're very perturbed.
Right. Alright, once again, his stern face suggests he's here to assign you a task. I'm not railroading you. That's what the adventure says.
Oh, you're dead. We don't have to listen to you.
His visage is even clearer now than it was in Suma, as though he is nearing the completion of his mission here in the realm of mortals. So apparently,
That's canon.
they start out vague and gradually get more lifelike before they the other way around. But
Yeah,
that's what it says. But Tatsume thanks you for protecting Hitoshi in Suma and ensuring he completed the tournament, and then charges you with his final request. They're not leaving any suspense. They're just telling you right now. Ensure that the matter of my death is resolved in a way that brings no shame upon or retribution against my family. With all the air and dignity of the Emerald Champion, he commands. So,
all information pointed that it was a natural death, as he probably disappears. Which I don't believe, but
Don't you like,
you know, it would make it real easy for us to do that if you told us.
you think, but it's in the adventure saying he does not know how he died. He actually doesn't really even care if he was murdered or if it was natural causes or what. It's just he insists his family suffer no shame, and the same for the office of the Emerald Champion.
Super
So
done.
the
I mean,
next-
are they experiencing shame now from somebody dying from old age and natural
yeah,
causes?
die in battle or don't die at all.
There is much commotion about whether or not he actually died of natural causes.
Right.
Which you guys will notice when you get to the castle tomorrow.
So it's getting murdered.
And that was one thing I didn't
Shameful?
tell you in the recap. The Ruby Champion, who's filling in for her, sort of told you that last adventure, but you'll see her again in a minute, and she'll really explain to you.
I mean, what like if he got murdered, and why were people like shaming his family if he got murdered? Is it like he was a shitty swordsman?
well, maybe they suspect someone in the family.
No,
of
here's the thing: is they already did an investigation and they found it to be natural causes. Not everybody believes that. It's
so
not like he
who
was.
did the
It's not like he was
investigation?
bloodied in a duel in front of everybody. It was just he was
Well,
alive.
I just don't
now
see
he's
like
dead.
he got murdered. Shame his family because he sucks. I don't understand how being murdered's shameful. Other than like the police doing a shit job.
It's not that it's shameful. It's he wants to make sure that no shame or retribution comes against his family. So if it is discovered, there's different ways that it could shame his family, depending on how he was murdered and who he was murdered by.
You got
If
Abe
he was
Lincoln.
murdered, we don't even know. So basically, he's going to turn to each of you and nod, and as he slowly disappears, the firelight that you guys have lit, you notice a grotesque scar for the first time running down the side of his face. And in life, he was known as the Grinning Crane, and this is the first time you've seen him in person to see that giant scar that looks like a
giant smile.
giant smile.
Got Joker.
So like the Joker.
Joker stuff.
Scars.
As he
I
fades
want to
into
know how I got
darkness.
these scars.
Tripped
Samurai
stairs.
I think you'll understand your questions after this adventure. But it's basically you have to just read all the fluff of the setting to really get into how, there's a lot of stuff in this adventure that me and Derek were talking about that we just haven't been doing. Like, apparently, like, shaming somebody and calling someone out in a duel is something that just happens all the time. Like, you looked at me wrong, how dare someone say that to me type thing.
I demand satisfaction.
There's a lot of stuff that, like, should cause strife and stuff. A member of a clan that you don't like insults you or says something, it's,
What clans don't crabs like?
All of them.
You're right.
It's in your thing.
Yeah, I don't know where that's at.
I don't know
Find it.
off the top of my head which clans like which clans and which clans don't.
All I know is
Yeah, you
my
probably
likes are the wall, my dislikes are not.
Like
the wall.
nobody trusts Derek, so nobody trusts the Scorpion.
I do.
So
He's a good fighter. I could use him on the wall.
But would you trust him on the wall?
I trust him to kill something.
What if it
guys.
was you?
I didn't say.
I think you're missing the whole honor thing.
yeah, it's just you gotta just get your head into this setting and realize how samurais were, and the slightest little thing that dishonors somebody or insults somebody could be a duel instantly.
All my samurai knowledge is all Ronin based, and I don't have enough non-Ronin based samurai media that I've consumed in my life.
I mean, it could be the simplest thing, like, how dare you step in front of me in line,
Ooh.
the dragon are much better
I almost
than the
fought
lion.
someone for that.
Let's fight, or whatever. It could be something as simple as that. Depending on how much strife you have, that could cause another strife, put you over the edge, and then you have an outburst, and next thing you know, you're fighting a duel for, no reason. Now, usually duels are just a first strike, and they're more just for bragging rights, but if it gets serious enough, it could be till first blood or till death or whatever. Which we learned very quickly that a duel to, first strike could end in death even if you didn't want it to.
I'm gonna duel to Last Blood, the 4th or 5th Rambo movie.
Rambo.
All right.
Alright, so yeah, basically you try to talk to him and he's not gonna give you ghostly crypticness and
Of course.
and just
Like
like
we asked
just
about the Mantis guy, be like, so was he that guy's kid or not?
Hey, why doesn't the dude go to his family or his advisors to figure this out? Why did he pick us?
because the guy who wrote the adventure thought it would be a good idea for him to pick you.
All right, well,
Prophecy.
who was that weird ominous voice that just answered my question?
Actually, that is actually in the adventure, and we'll get into that more in a little bit. But actually, that's part of the reason why he did pick you is because no one knows who you are.
Ouch.
And
I know who he is now.
now they know they know who he is a little bit, but
And I'm 3rd place in that championship.
it's just like casting a no-name actor versus casting someone everybody recognizes. You want
It's cheaper.
it's cheaper and it's more interesting. You don't have expected pattern of behavior. You don't go in going, oh, it's another Tom Hanks movie. You're like, no, this is a no-name guy. I can't wait to see Trevor
Could
act.
be awesome,
you
or
wanna
it could be really, really bad. You don't
Oh.
know. This could all end terribly.
He had to spend less ghost.
It's both of those fit for Robert Pattinson as Batman.
What are you looking for?
I was looking at dragon things, and then I just remembered that I don't remember one of my skills, which
Interesting.
allows me to see into the future.
We will
So,
actually real
come into
quick
play.
before we get on to the adventure. Derek spent his experience earlier. Does anybody else have experience they want to spend?
I just did mine while we
Yeah.
were recapping.
Okay.
Some last week.
I did. Yeah, we got a little bit. I think 5 last
Derek
week.
had 15.
Yeah, I
so-
had 15 total, so that's
So
what
that,
everybody
I think everybody's even right now.
How much did it take?
I haven't given anybody any special XP for
what?
role playing or
Range
anything.
skills.
I don't want someone to feel
So the
left
15
out.
total that we
Yeah.
would have had, because I wasn't.
15
But
total.
much like a game like White Wolf or something, you can earn extra XP for being cool and awesome. So
For
Better than everybody.
the rings, what do I need?
It's the level you're going to times 3.
Yes.
And then the skills times
So I
2.
have
2.
6
Techniques
points
is always 3 unless it states in the description otherwise.
left. And how do we level
Is that a
up
safety?
techniques again?
That's a
You
safety.
just pick the technique and it's 3 experience points unless the technique itself says it costs more.
But check on if you're gonna buy a technique, check
I
on
need
your
these
We're just got
yeah.
safety.
I was gonna say check on those and get the situation.
I need
We see that on screen.
I have to buy all of these.
No. Oh,
Yes.
just a touch.
It's pretty easy. With the first 10, I learned 3, leveled up 3 skills because they were all low. So like it's not hard to like get through a few of them very quickly. You just can't like if you're going for
Like
something
I
specific.
bought a technique for 3, and
You bought a ring, a
I
skill,
bought
and a technique.
Yeah, I bought a
you
ring,
bought
a
everything.
skill, and a technique.
Yeah, I got a ring.
Oh, they didn't give the
2
safety.
skills.
So
Now,
did you start out
Are you
not with
keeping
any
track
of
of
these?
that? Did you buy anything that is that one of these?
Ring.
You don't start out
Okay,
with
so
any
you
of
would
these?
get.
Well, you
whatever-
might
How much did you
just-
spend on that ring?
Whatever this says, this tells you what it is.
Void,
So you need to
it's
learn
like
a
3
skill.
times.
And that skill
So
is
that's
this skill.
So then
So
here,
this just tells you
under
what this
experience
is.
points
But
that
you
didn't
just
spend on this
need to
critical
learn
one,
this.
3. So you
Learn
put
them.
3 there. Because once
You
get
shouldn't
20,
have
you get a,
like the skills you probably don't have
one.
because you need to learn that.
Stuff that you
I
don't
think I've been
spend on
playing this
this.
wrong.
Or not not skill,
half
technique.
for
The
that.
skills you could have, but you just need to level them up.
Oh, okay.
We looked that up earlier.
So let's say you had this at 1, you just now need to hit
So
2.
XP spent out of curriculum, so that's 3.
3,
then.
correct? Yeah.
So
'Cause you-
far.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So if I spend it all on
God
rings,
damn it.
then if it's still once I
Eventually,
hit 20.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ah.
So you don't have to do all of these.
No. Just like you can even spend it on stuff down. You can buy this stuff too, which would count towards that. But then the total experience still.
For the things I have to advance, what does the little paintbrush symbol mean next to it? Oh, that's technique. It's a different type of technique. Never mind. I got it. I figured it out.
There's a little diamond symbol next to some of your stuff in your, and that's like a preferred technique. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the paintbrush is a shuji.
Get out of here.
Dope.
They decided that we shouldn't watch football during the game, and someone hacked into my TV and turned it off.
So it only takes 2 to level all of these up?
Spooky.
No.
It's 2 times the level you're
like
this.
some of those are
you're going
skills,
to.
so the skill is 2 times the level you're
The
going
skill
to.
goes by the group, so you can buy. It might be a specific skill, or it might just say like any martial skill or any whatever.
What about a
scholar
technique group?
Technique is just
It says how much it is.
Yeah.
It costs 3
Under
unless
the
it
technique.
says differently in the book.
it's almost always 3, but some techniques actually have their own cost.
Some of them cost more because they're cool.
Oh, the techniques themselves?
Yeah,
Oh shit, I've been playing this game wrong the entire time.
why that?
Because I think those rank 1 fire invocations I just thought I got because it was in there.
Oh, all of them?
So I'll just buy those 2 that I've used.
Well, no, you get some when you start for free.
Yeah, you would have got some. You have
Yeah,
cool
Like
abilities.
I got 3 techniques to start off with.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna buy those and say I did that.
Like your
So you
katana,
weren't supposed
your
to
fire.
have a flaming
Yep,
sword.
those 2 things.
when you
I'm gonna
weren't a
buy 'em.
samurai yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, just buy those techniques.
Makes a little sense. That's all right.
I thought those were your starting techniques. I figured you'd have fireball.
Yeah, what are your starting techniques?
Useless because you get stuff that you need to use fire for. So
Okay. Like mine was the hide in shadows technique. Like mine was actually pretty worthwhile.
nope, mine are all
No?
garbage.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Are you sure?
But yours are cool later.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if you're the wizardy to start out shitty.
All right, now also this is a good recap for the viewers too. We're gonna go. I need to write down your guys' advantages and disadvantages, so I can
Ninja and Geary.
vigilance and stuff like that. So
Unless you just want to give it to everybody and they can fill it up as they
that'd
go
be
around.
awesome. 'Cause
And
I
then-
really don't want to write it.
And then that way you can continue on with the story.
Yeah. Dude, where the fuck are we?
I'm not continuing on with the story until Cody figures out what the hell he's doing.
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
Why do you need the book for something?
No. I just want everyone to pay attention.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Hey, write a bunch of stuff on this paper, but pay attention to me.
So now, as the ghostly visage fades away, Ryu was not sitting around the fire eating with you. He was over by his cart eating like a peasant by himself, you know.
Right,
And you guys just kind of look over and you see his like ghostly face, not like he's an actual ghost, just like he just seen a ghost.
Right.
And he is, you know, basically scared out of his mind. Like, what the hell was that? That was my master. And yeah, he looks.
Shit, yeah.
He's like deeply in shock.
Yeah, I forget that we see ghosts all the time. That doesn't mean.
I've got one in
He's
me.
like, that was my master. He spoke.
It's like, yes, he has charged us with ensuring that his death was handled properly.
Is this a thing? Samurais come back as ghosts and talk?
Apparently.
Your master does.
Dude, this is not.
He was of
space.
high power and status, but I never imagined.
It could mean that foul play was involved.
He's like, yes, there has been rumors.
Or he's just.
You guys, I know you have heard that, honored samurai, but yes, you know there has been rumors. Perhaps when we get to the castle tomorrow, we will.
Because we could see the castle in the distance.
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
we?
yeah.
it was-
You're like it's. I mean, there's your castle right there. It's actually, I think it's a palace. Or no, it says castle. Okay. But yeah,
This is just a poor man's castle.
I mean that's what it looks like. It's huge. I guess. Sure. I'm sure there's a description that makes it slightly different. But yeah, actually, I almost forgot Ryan was there too until just a minute ago. I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, basically you'll last few hours. You guys probably stopped to camp just so you didn't arrive in like the middle of the night, you
Right.
know, and just so now you have like a couple hour walk in the morning and you'll get there in the morning when actual people are awake and doing stuff.
Got what I needed.
Actually, I probably don't need the book at all today, so you guys pass it around and do what you want with it.
The next morning, I'm just gonna leave the Topaz Champion armor just in the cart. It is heavy and bulky. I don't like it.
We were hoping Bob would be here for that because,
Just casually throwing it out.
like,
Go,
he's
"Man."
like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm not wearing that.
That is hilarious. I love that.
Are you, so you, not the mask that goes with it or anything that you're
Well, I'm,
still
I'm
wearing?
back to my
So you're
normal-
wearing-
I'm wearing my normal Scorpion
Right,
D
so-
outfit.
But you still have the katana they gave you?
Yeah, I'm still keeping the katana.
Okay, so do you still have a symbol on you that,
Yeah.
the people
Sure,
will recognize
right, yeah.
as Topaz Champion? Because obviously it's probably preceded you here, who won the tournament.
Right.
So the people are going to recognize you based on that. That's why I wanted to make sure before I started having people
Sure,
recognize
right.
you that you actually had something on
It's
you.
a good thing it precedes him because it wouldn't be unlike a scorpion to just take something like that, I think.
Because you guys did stay in Suma for a couple days and heal and stock
Maybe I
up and
will
stuff.
wear it into town. Yeah, I'll wear it into town. Tonight I'll take it off.
It's not really a town.
Oh, yeah, it's the castle.
It's a
The
castle.
castle.
You're gonna come up this entrance right here into the main gate. So
Where are advantages? What is that? On here.
Yeah, it should be on the
your
front of-
like your disadvantage should be your Shadowlands taint, and your advantage is whatever you chose. That was it.
Oh, okay. So adversities and distinctions are advantages then?
No,
Yeah,
just really-
there's four different things. There's two different types of advantages and two
Yeah, you
different
don't
types
need
of
to do the passions and
disadvantages.
anxieties, just
Yeah, passions and anxieties are disadvantages. Is that what it is? No, anxiety and
those are more role playing things. The only thing you really need to know is distinction and adversity for you personally.
Right, yeah.
Those are-
Just so I remember, and you guys remember your disadvantages. Because I keep forgetting. I remember you're haunted, and I know you have ghost sense. I haven't had any girls to not like you yet, and I always forget about Derek's, and I can't even remember what hers is, except for the Shadowlands.
I'm just also generally bad at complimenting people.
So you
Oh, and
don't want
peasants
our
don't like you.
anxieties.
Peasants do not like me.
And yeah,
And
your nose is
welcome
not
to the
that
adventure
big.
where you have to deal with
Be
lots
like,
of peasants.
Congratulations on winning
So-
that. Scorpions wouldn't usually do so well. And it's like, thanks.
What are you talking about?
It's just
My,
the way
that-
you compliment.
that's my main
Oh, right.
adversity.
I'm exactly out of points if I buy those two things I used, so.
That's good.
Oh.
That's all right. Learning game. Mountain Dew, please.
No.
And a cheesecake.
Now.
Alright.
All right, yeah. So basically, Ryu is gonna kind of split from you before you reach that walkway up to the main gate, and he's gonna basically, bid
Walk
you
the
well.
precipice of the thing. He has to come over.
He heads to the rear of the castle to deposit his cart, while other peasants kind of show up and start taking away the goods that are inside it.
Don't lose it.
Hand. Thank you.
Which one, Derek?
Random. Just random.
Is that a 420 bait?
Sorry to disappoint.
No, that's not legal here yet, right?
It's a regular old vape.
I just wondered if you were gonna die of lung infection. I wasn't trying to get high.
I might.
He did buy his vape is cheap.
99 cents, boy.
That's what's killing people is the cheap knockoffs.
Yep.
It's more so the juice. When people try to fill their own shit.
With that cheap knockoff Chinese shit.
Yeah, it's got like cyanide in it. It's got a chemical in it that when it heats up, it turns into cyanide.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you think that was a good idea to put in something that heats up?
Because you're like 16 and you want to get high, and someone from China is selling it.
And they're
Exactly.
like, yo, I want a custom rig for my jewel. What's up? You want to try some of my juice? You want to suck some of my juice, bro?
I hate everything you just said.
Dude, you're just trying to.
What do you
you're
know
trying
about
to blow
fatty
some
ghosts?
No sucking the dude. You got 50 Nick Fatty Ghosts, dude? Matty
That's
fucking
what's up.
smokes.
You're gonna need a little twisters on the table too.
What was that? What was that line? Adam. Adam.
Yeah. Anyway.
Move on.
So, main gate.
Anyway,
Right,
the
gone.
game would be way cooler if you were smoking weed. That's all I'm saying.
You would be way cooler right now.
Actually, it would be way worse if I was, because I'd just be sitting here like this.
Just not talking.
With that bucket of
Trying to
cheese
stay
balls on your lap.
I wouldn't even be able to eat the cheese balls. Couch lock. Can't do it. I hate that stuff. Yuck.
That's why they call it the wacky
Yeah, it's
tobacco.
ew.
It's
so
illegal.
gross.
And it's illegal.
I've never done it.
Don't do drugs,
I would never
kids.
do illegal things, guys, ever.
Guys, I gotta go.
right.
My mom's gonna tune into this. I'm sorry, Mom.
Mom, come pick me up. They're talking about illegal stuff.
All right. So yeah, there are lots of activity. People going in and out. Mostly peasants. They all stop to bow appropriately as they see
Yeah,
you.
we're samurai now.
Especially deeper to you
I got
because
the highest
you
status.
have the higher status in the armor, and just pleasantries. But yeah, lots of peasants greet Ryu. You do see a couple other samurai that are Emerald Magistrates. You recognize from their pin. They're like thing that they wear. I forgot what the word is for it, but
Beautiful brooch.
Now, did
Brooch
the
works,
Ruby
yeah.
champion say she did say that she was going to meet us here? Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys did wait around a little bit. You presume already here.
Right,
So,
okay.
actually, we're going to get to that in like 2 seconds as soon as you get into the
never mind.
castle. So, but yeah, so let me read the box text. The castle is bustling with chaos as servants, soldiers, bureaucrats, and magistrates march past in all directions on urgent business. You overhear a passing courtier muttering, "I heard that Doji Satsume left the castle quite in a disarray." Obviously. It's obvious that in the wake of his death, the acting Emerald Champion is trying to fulfill her new duties while also conducting her duties as Ruby Champion and keeping her and the rest of the inhabitants extremely busy. So,
She had to leave.
so yeah, basically, did you guys... I'm assuming you would send your
now-
belongings with other peasants? And
Well,
they- and
Ryu
they-
was carrying him. We threw him on his cart.
Right, yeah, so you guys did not retrieve them, right? You're just trusting the peasants to go put them in your rooms, assuming...
Well, that's what I was actually just about to ask, is to show us our lodging and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna...
Now, is this castle isn't necessarily just like his home? It's actually a full complex.
This
of...
is for the Emerald and the Ruby Champion. This is where they live, work. All the other magistrates. There's representatives from every clan here. It's a government building.
Okay,
This
so
is,
so it's not just a house; it's an actual.
this is like
Okay.
this is like the courthouse.
Gotcha.
If
So although they live here, it's still actually more like a public building than it is.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's the courthouse, the jail, the training area, the living quarters for all of them and all their assistants.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, it's a big area.
Where's Bub?
I don't believe you. So yeah, not long after you guys walk in, especially because you guys made it fairly fast. You guys didn't really delay in your travels. Had you went off on some side tangents, this would go a little differently. But
Side tangents aren't very honorable.
since you guys got here fast, they're very appreciative, and you see a dragon
Very
approach
unlike
you.
us.
Well, actually, there's like a whole new section of stuff to read. Like if you guys would have chased off after like the goblins or tried to find out more details about something and not came right here, there's everything with the whole adventure changes. They're basically
Damn.
they're just like pissed at you the whole adventure because you didn't get here fast enough. Thought that was interesting.
You didn't tell me it was urgent, buddy.
Waiting to see what you guys did.
Oh, we didn't be murder hobos. Good job, guys.
Murder goblins.
So yeah, a dragon Bushi approaches you.
It's not very Japanese. Stairway to Heaven.
That's the most
yes.
Japanese song I've ever heard.
Very honorable.
Japan's the heaven of Earth, anyway.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
We were taking
What
this-
playlist did you have on that switched from that song?
L5R.
Did it switch from that song to Stairway to Heaven?
Yep.
Stairway to Heaven. Nice. I mean, I guess if we didn't notice it as Stairway to Heaven, the intro might, fit in a little bit.
Sure.
Dude, play some Japanese lo-fi hip-hop.
Ooh. just play that lo-fi hip-hop channel
How
with the
about
girls
just
drawing.
K-pop?
Yeah.
Too much vocals.
Whoa. Too much vocals.
Yeah, we're in Japan, we gotta play J-pop.
But if you specifically do the Japanese one, then you get like this instrument, but then they use that little.
And every time it starts, I think it's the Hobbit cartoon. It starts just like it. Alright, so yes, a dragon Bushi. Bushi is which one again?
Samurai.
That's just to fight your regular samurai, right?
Yeah. Bushi's
Yeah.
just a samurai. Yep.
Basic bitch.
Introduces himself as Kitsuki Kaji. He is the personal assistant to the Ruby Champion. Her name was Sumoko. Smoking.
Sure.
We got Sumiko. Let's go Sumiko. How about that? I should have practiced these names. He thanks you for your punctuality and apologizes for the disorder of the castle, pointing out that Sumiko is quite busy with shouldering all the duties of both Emerald and Ruby Champion. He explains basically that the death was so sudden, the entire castle is still recovering. Several new, obviously, new Emerald Magistrates will be a welcome addition to our efforts because, obviously we need help right now. So he's going to lead you guys to visiting Magistrates' quarters and show you your comfortable looking rooms. Basically, please let me know if you have any questions. Your training will begin tomorrow morning in the Court of Judgment. I will return in an hour to escort you to visit the Ruby Champion to take her audience. And then he yells out a command to another samurai that's near him. So it appears even in this place, the assistants have assistants. That's what it says. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna. You guys are arrived. Your belongings are here. We'll just go ahead and say that they knew where you guys were going and they brought the belongings here. So no drama there. It's you guys don't all have your own room, but there's two rooms that you guys can split into. Lots of comfortable beds. And like I said, he'll be back in an hour. And really, you're free to go anywhere you want. I mean, it's not like it's not like a secret castle that you're not allowed to walk around in or whatever. So if you guys want to just chill out and wait, you can do that. You guys do know. We'll just say when you first get there. I mean, as part of the explanation, there are also clan representatives here for every clan. So at some point, it would be proper for you to check in with
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, there's a clan liaison that is like assigned to this castle. So it would be, it would be proper for you to check in with your clan liaison at some point. Probably not gonna have time before you go talk to the Ruby Champion, but just so you guys know.
Hello, fellow crab.
Is there anything you guys want to do, or you just want to let the hour pass and go?
I want to. Go ahead, you go.
No, I just have the ability that I just looked up. It's a meditating thing. I'll let you read it because it's one of those like up to DM discretion.
You can't do it.
Okay. I have nothing to do then.
I do a quick kind of once, not obviously through the whole thing, but I try to get somewhat of a bearing on the way the castle's laid out.
Okay.
Walk up and down some hallways, stuff like that.
I'm reading all the flavor text, trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. Okay, I'm just gonna read the game text.
Basically, I'm just gonna peek into the future and get a hint on where we should go next.
Divination.
No, it's Lord Tagashi's insight. It's a monk thing.
I kind of like the fact, as a DM, I didn't read any of these techniques because you guys keep throwing these crazy things at me that I didn't even know were in the game, and that's kind of cool. So basically, he's using a technique that if he passes this check, he can see into the future, and I have to give him a hint about where to go next.
Ooh, meditation.
Can I also do something like that?
Right now we'll just go one at a time. You guys are, if you guys want to just relax and unpack, put your clothes in the dresser or whatever,
That's
fun. Go take a hot shower or find some sake or some food or whatever you want to do.
Well, I wanted to.
Success and opportunity.
That's possible.
Did you know?
Remember, you only can keep equal to your ring.
Yeah.
What's up?
Just find someone, or I guess because you said that there are, representatives from each clan, for my horse.
Actually,
if there's somebody
yes.
that can.
So, I've just now remembered your horse, and the unicorn representative is usually found in the stables.
Okay.
So we will go ahead and do that in a moment too. I want to see what he.
Yeah, I got.
Nick Miller is the most important thing ever to me in my life.
I forgot about your horse. Sorry.
I got 3 successes and a.
So it's a target number 2. So.
Well, there we go.
So you pass. So tell me what happens.
I just pop down and I meditate and focus on the reaching out to my ancestor Tagashi. And I ask him to show me visions regarding the death of the emerald, such and such.
All right. So the question is do you want this information in private, or do you want me to tell the table? This is going to come up a little bit in this adventure a lot as you guys go visit your different clan representatives and start investigating things like on your own. I don't know if... to tell the cameras we need to stay here, so keep stuff out of game if you wouldn't know it. If he chooses not to tell you, then he chooses not to tell you.
I wouldn't tell immediately.
For this situation is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
For basically, no. What did you say again? You want to know the circumstances of the death, or what did you ask?
You wanted to see how it happened, right?
I would assume that I wouldn't get like a vision of the death, but visions regarding the death, like just something to point me in a way to start investigating. I mean,
if it's
he
worth
shows me the death, if it's...
Now, is this a vision, or is he going to talk to you?
I think it says that he You hear the voice of Tagashi himself channeling his essence
Okay, so it's not a vision. He's talking to you.
I almost took one where I can make myself look like other people.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then he just tells me
So much fun.
tells me where to go or something.
So he will say to you, what's your name?
I get an
Yori?
opportunity to
Yori?
make other people look like other people.
Seek out the middle-aged servant named So near the grand staircase that connects to the room of the Emerald Champion.
I can make you look like Bram and then
Search there
on the
and
Ruby
speak to
Emerald
him
Champion.
to learn more.
A crab would never do
What
that.
was it? His name was So? Like
So
S-O?
S-O with no, S-O with a S
Yeah.
with a
One of those things we weren't clear on last time.
which I looked it up and I already forgot what it's called. It's a long line above a word. I forgot. I looked it up to make sure I knew, but it is the vowel says its name when it has that on it, so it's So. His name is So. S-O. You didn't hear that. That's what you heard.
I actually didn't hear anything you're talking about because
I know, y'all started talking, it was great. So, you are going to go to the stables. What's your horse's name?
Nick Miller.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's Nick Miller.
Always Nick Miller.
It's really hard to pronounce in this language. The unicorn thing.
You're,
Slang term.
you're greeted by Shinjo Akiba. Another female unicorn who's brushing a horse as you enter the stable.
Shinjo what, I'm sorry?
Akiba. Akiba.
Okay.
She gives you the proper samurai bow.
I will do the same.
Yes.
And
Welcome. Oh, what a majestic horse. Will you be staying for a time?
we will be staying for a time.
I have room for her right over here. Him, her, whatever.
Him.
Him. And she's just gonna basically take over the reins and lead your horse over, and
Okay, and she's like the official
What?
like ambassador for.
she is like she is the unicorn liaison, and
Okay.
she's gonna, as she's setting up your horse, and what is your business here in the castle?
My business is my own.
That'd be great. Is that full now? Is that done?
What is our business here? We were
You're
actually
training-
like
you're
training to
yeah.
become an Emerald
Okay,
Master.
yeah. We were training.
For now.
Yeah. I was like, wait,
Your
so
bus-
what was
your
the
bu-
official
your-
thing? My actual business is not the
Your
business I'm here.
Actual business hasn't been assigned to you yet, but
Yes.
you asked about my business.
Keith did inform us that
Yeah.
your horse prefers to go by the pronouns he him.
Yeah. So we're just here to train to become magistrates. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. I
We're
already gave myself
investigating the
title.
murder.
You need those little hats. Sherlock Holmes ones.
So yeah, that's all you say is that you're training to become an Emerald Magistrate?
I'm.
So yeah, oh yes, congratulations. It's a prestigious position.
Yes, thank you. I was quite pleased to be honored with this. This is not the atmosphere I was expecting upon arrival. Things seem in disarray.
Yes, since the death of the Emerald Champion, the castle has been quite chaotic.
It
Yeah.
seems more chaotic than I would think necessary. I'm not sure. I've never been in this scenario before. Is there? There seems to be a lot of whispering going on.
He did not get along with most here. He was a great compromiser. No one was happy with his decisions, but none were also too angry with his decisions. His absence has created quite the I don't know what you would say. Quite the absence of power.
Vacuum.
Yes, many people do not know what their daily purpose is without him here. The Ruby Champion is trying her best to fill two roles.
How do you feel she's doing at it?
I feel she would be more suited to stay as just the Ruby champion, but for now, she must do what she must do.
As must we all.
It's her decision. Hopefully, it will be some weeks before the new tournament for the new Emerald Champion is decided. So she will have this position for some time still. Are you saying anything else about her? What did you just say? I might have to tell you something else. What was...
I just asked how she felt the Ruby champion was.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Well, she would say...
dealing with the added pressures.
She would say, while they worked together, they often argued. I know that over the duties to the Emperor, there was occasional disagreement, but I know nothing else. Again, she's probably happy that now she has to answer to no one. Well, I guess the Emerald Champion... Ruby's higher than Emerald?
No.
No, that's what I thought. Emerald's higher than Ruby, yeah.
There's even one in between Ruby and Emerald.
Yeah, Topaz.
No, not Topaz.
Topaz, Emerald, and then...
No, when Emerald...
Like Pearl.
It was Emerald something, Ruby.
Ruby, Topaz.
Then there was something Topaz.
Okay.
Jade in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't Jade higher than Emerald?
I thought so.
Yeah, maybe. I'll look it up.
But anyways, that's what she would have said.
Jade's very
basically, probably she's happy to not have someone to report to since his opinions were often
Jade
disagreed
dragons
with.
are everywhere.
And that's basically, other than pleasantries.
Yeah, I wouldn't push it any further and walking in here.
Brushing your horse and asking what his favorite feed and corn is or whatever. Typical unicorn stuff. Toasted oats.
Corn off the cob.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't push any more questions at this juncture.
Answer me.
I don't even know where the stables are. I'm just
In the back. Back here somewhere,
yeah. Okay. Alright, who's next? Anybody else want to do something in this hour?
I do. I also want to see the future.
What?
But I want to see specifically Derek's future.
Oh.
His ability is different than
I need
mine.
to read this.
We're just like samurais, and these two are just like, so that's what happens tomorrow.
I need to read this ability because that sounds
I need to get
suspect.
cheesecake.
Yeah, dude, you're being mad sus right now.
Did you try these smoked Gouda and garlic chips?
Not yet.
It says
Well, they're getting low, so.
Alright.
it says
Maybe you
as a
don't want that
downtime
flavor with
activity,
cheesecake.
you may make a
I
theology
want
check
every flavor with cheesecake.
targeting
Yeah.
one character and
Smoked
see
Gouda
glimpses of their
cheesecake.
future. I don't know how he's gonna come up with
Cheese and
that,
cheese, what's not to love?
but I think it's funny.
You going for cheesecake or the Gouda?
I gotta make a stop at the snack station.
Yeah, Cody loves himself. There's cheese balls. What's up with the cheese today? Dude, we're all gonna be backed up tomorrow. Eating all this cheese.
Cheese has never backed me.
Same here.
No, me either.
Are you-
Alright, what's your ability called? I want to read
Cheese
it.
is fine.
It's called
Well, I mean, it'll
divination.
go the other way then.
It's right here.
Lactose some of them intolerant.
Dude, I share a meme about
do that.
people
Can't do that?
who are lactose
It's a
intolerant.
downtime
Not
activity.
counting.
Oh, I thought this was downtime.
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna look and verify if this would count as downtime, but I'm
Okay.
gonna say no.
That's fine. I'll do
Yeah.
nothing. I'll get sake.
Hey, we're doing
You
nothing for an
could have
hour.
did that before, though. That's why I'm looking at it real quick. I'm gonna see what they describe downtime as.
Sorry, chat.
These are good.
The chips are the... Yeah.
Yeah,
The chips,
all of it.
they're from Kroger. They had a few different cool flavors.
It
Kroger's in
goes,
such a wonky place. I hate going there.
okay, no, it just goes Emerald, Jade, Ruby,
That
Topaz.
is a good chip.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good. I
agree.
I opened them on Monday or Tuesday. I ate one and I said, "Oh, those are good. I'm gonna save those for the game." And I've been waiting all week.
You have more.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I would have eaten that entire bag and then gone back and gotten more.
Yeah, you got way more result than I'll ever have in anything I'll ever do.
Yes.
I would have just eaten them all and then told you guys how good there was a chip that I had the other day.
No,
You guys
no.
should get these chips.
I am the host. I will occasionally provide snacks. Usually I don't, but since I never do, I figured it was time.
These are really good.
Yep.
I could be the other way around and be like, "I'm the host. You guys bring me food."
We have to drive. We spend all our money on gas. We can't buy snacks.
I mean, Derek's the one that decided we're playing here. No,
Oh, this makes the most sense.
I was gonna play here anyways. That's
I was gonna play here.
That's why I bought a house. That's why I bought a house with a game room.
Whether you guys show up or not, I'm gonna be here playing.
Okay, so yeah, the Emerald Champion is obviously the bodyguard to the Emperor, right-hand man. Jade Champion is charged with the use of magic. Topaz
All right.
Brad snapped with
is prestigious with no responsibility.
He snapped.
Downtime scenes are scenes that encompass the passage of time that can be as short as a few hours of rest or as long as a journey. I will call this downtime since we're saying one thing you're going to do in the next
You
hour.
have an hour to kill.
So since it is, I'll go ahead and allow it.
Anyone need a drink?
Nope.
Yeah.
That's okay, because I'm really bad at
What do you
rolling.
want?
I hope that was on camera.
What do you want?
Parkour!
I love that anybody need a drink like
They might have
Let's be
saw it.
nice.
They might have saw it
It
in
was like he was challenging you like
Spirits don't want to talk today. Try it again later.
Your dice suck again.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's the dice.
What did you roll?
I rolled 2 nothings, an opportunity, and 1 success.
And
So
it's
I
a
needed
target
2
number 2.
successes. Yeah.
So you got a busy signal.
So you kept the opportunity and the success, and
No strife, nothing. Just nothing.
Boring.
right.
Whole bunch of nothing.
Please try again later. Yep.
You just gonna hang out? You wanna do something?
How many
Hang out.
nothings are there on these days?
Too many.
You wanna do anything?
I am walking around
I know you're walking
quickly
around, yeah.
just to try to get a layout of the.
Okay. I don't know if there's a description I can tell you for a layout, but I will show.
Well, I'm
the
just like,
camera.
okay, that's where that is. That's where that is.
Right.
that's
I'm
where
just.
that is.
Can you see that on the camera at all? Or is that too dark? You have to look over there.
I mean, they're not going to be able to see the text, but they can see the.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily text. I just wanted to get a
Need a key light.
basic idea
No, too much.
of what it looks
Too
like.
much. Back it
Wow,
off.
Cody.
Wait a minute.
Main gates
turn
right
that
here.
I can't turn that.
I'm just doing this for my own look too.
Why would you be able to turn it off?
It's not very good.
Okay.
Light.
So that's what it looks like. I just wanted to show so they have some reference.
Right.
Do you want me to stand up behind it? I'm pretty white.
All right.
Nice glow.
Reflect.
So yeah, I mean, basically you get to look at this and look at your basic layout. You guys would be
Ruby, Emerald, we're over there, aren't we?
visiting magistrate's quarters is where you guys would be. You walk out, you see this training yard. You got the gardens that you can walk through. Room of law is just scrolls and notes and basically a library
Right.
of everything that has to do with law. There's a different library that's other topics. This is like all just law related. But yeah, you figure out like, okay, here's where the training's probably gonna be. This is where we eat. This is this. Bram, as you're sitting there, you see a little daily schedule on the nightstand. Basically, it says your training will consist of 3 days. Breakfast is at this time. After that, you'll have a morning training session, whereas you'll go to lunch. Then afternoons, you'll have a free afternoon, mostly to study and prepare. And then dinner is the largest meal of the day. It's a formal meal in the dining hall for everybody.
So 3 days, and then we have a new title. That's not
Yes.
long at all. Man, I wish life was like
It
that.
is 3 days of training, yes.
They provide me with housing and food, and just like after 3 days, like, all right, here's your badge.
It usually,
Sheriff Bram.
yeah, you'll learn this more in a little bit, but you're actually kind of surprised that it's only 3 days.
Oh.
You expected it to be longer as well.
I'm surprised.
In
And,
and out of the game.
In and out of game, you're like, wow, it's only 3 days. Sweet.
This game is too meta.
I'm gonna use my my best judgment
Is
on
it?
that meditation to try and figure out when he meant to find that guy on those stairs, and whenever that may fall is when I'm gonna go try and talk to So.
Well, by the time you finish your meditating is about time that Kaji's going to show back up. to do your to escort you. So give me a second.
Yeah, I figured that it would be a different thing.
So yeah, it's about an hour, a little less. Oddly, as you guys are walking, he shows up and says, he's going to escort you to the Ruby Champion's office, or the estate, as she's still working from there. You're going to walk to her estate. Oddly enough, you're not going to meet in the audience hall, which is where you would assume you were going to meet.
Makes
but
sense.
Actually, Kaji points it out as you walk through the audience hall. Like, this is strange. He's not questioning or criticizing her. He's just kind of puzzled. But she's requested this meeting to be held in her private quarters. So you guys get another nice walk through the castle. It is still busy. Lots of people just running all around. Lots of pausing and bowing and dipping and diving and ducking and
Is anybody not? Is there anybody that's not? Like, as we're walking through, do you see people that are just like, la-di-da, everything's awesome?
Everyone pretty much is walking like they're going from one place to another. Not necessarily all moving as fast as other people, but
there's
all
nobody
look
stands
like,
out just being like, tra-la-la, everything's...
No, not really.
Me.
Not really. I mean, even if they are not moving as fast or as direct, they're still probably working.
Okay.
So everyone is, essentially this is their job. So there's something that they're doing.
Okay.
Whether it's cleaning out, cleaning up or cleaning something or moving something from one place to another or getting food out for lunch or whatever. Someone's doing something. So, you guys reach her quarters. The door's closed and Kaji knocks. And she, you guys see Sumuko again, the Ruby champion. She ushers you in and she immediately dismisses Kaji. And you see the look on his face like he does not look pleased. He's her personal assistant. He assumed he was going to be invited to stay. But he bows and turns around and leaves.
That's
looking confused and upset like okay.